We have a special report coming from Daytona Beach, Florida. Stay tuned and see what it is. What's going on in Daytona Beach, Florida? I'm going to tell you right now. Daytona rejects permits for Bikeoktoberfest last night, September 10th, to a 6-1 vote to turn it down. No vendor permits, and they're not going to change the traffic on the streets. So what's that all mean to us? Well, we're going to get into it a little bit today, and we're also going to tell you how they made the decision and what they based it on, which is, once again, just crazy. The commission looked into all kinds of new things. They also looked into that study that was done in San Diego on the 266,000 cases that came out of the model out of San Diego. You know, there's no facts to that. It's just a theory that they came up with. You know, this is just getting to be crazy. We're going to give you some information where you can get a hold of the city of Daytona. Let them know what's kind of going on. Right now, we're going to flash up on the screen all the names of the city council with their phone numbers. If you want to get a hold of them, tell them about this viruses, tell them what's happening. And if you were at Sturgis, let them know. Because I've seen on our last post, we did the 266,000 cases. You know, very few people even have it. Most people had to get tested when they got home. So it's crazy what's going on. You know, we got some good news that we're going to tell you at the end of this video, so hang on all the way to the end. I'm going to read to you a little bit about some of the information that came out from that meeting. You know, in an effort to help prevent, this came from the city council, in effect to help prevent the spread of COVID-19, Daytona Beach City Commission voted against 1-6 issuing permits for this year's Bikeoktoberfest, planned for October 15th through the 18th at last night's meeting. Local hotels, restaurants, shops, and other businesses will remain open. So remember that. If you've got your reservations, you're planning on going down there, they're not locking the town up. That's one good news. They also say that the area has many places for the bikers to enjoy scenic rides through, and they can visit the area just like they do on the annual event. All visitors are asked to be vigilant in helping to prevent the spread of COVID-19 by social distancing and washing their hands frequently. In addition, the city has a mandate that requires people to wear a face mask covering when indoors and social distancing when possible. You know, so you don't know what's going to happen. Are they going to make everybody wear a mask all the time inside, outside? We won't know until we get a little closer to the event. It sounds like, you know, if you can keep 6 feet away from everybody, you don't have to wear a mask. So, possibly a good thing. They came up with a lady that's in a college down in Florida. I can't pronounce her name. I'm going to put it down here. It's Azal Mohammadi Johnson. You know, I did a little research on her. Her last grant that she got from the state or from the federal government was on cancer research. You know, some of her, you know, she's got a pretty good thing. She's got a PhD in urban and regional planning. She's got an MPH, Georgia Southern University, an MA in Urban and Regional Planning, and a BS in Economics at Azad University, AZAD. Not quite sure where that's at. Her area of expertise is in neighborhood environment, neighborhood design and planning. She studied into cancer and also into global health. I guess that's where they're coming up with her being the expert in this. But I mean, you know, it's just another one of these colleges that are coming out and saying that the rally can't go on. You know, we need to contact the city of Daytona and let them know that if you went to Sturgis, you're not sick. You know, everybody that I've been talking to, half of them had to be tested when they got back to their state. We quarantined for 14 days, so we know we're not passing on the virus. Page, we've gotten over 400 comments about people that went to Sturgis. You know, so far we only have 2 people that said they got sick after they got back. You know, did they get sick on the way back? Did they get sick there in Sturgis? We don't know. Even had somebody that said they went to the Asylum tattoo shop where there was supposed to be somebody that had the virus. I believe they said they had 8 people that got tattoos there and nobody got the virus. Nobody came up positive and they got tested. So, you know, that's kind of one of the things we need to think about when we're starting to look at this stuff. You know, are they going to try to cancel every event that's going on for the next year or two? You know, it's time for us to step up as bikers and as the biker community and just as Americans to say, you know, enough is enough. You know, we went to Sturgis. We know one person that actually got the virus personally. And it was actually from a business that we were dealing with. Once again, we quarantined, made sure we didn't get it. Actually, that gentleman we never made contact with. So he was kind of in another part of the business that they had. So, you know, there was a lot of that going on. Once again, we're not seeing that many cases. The CDC says there's been less than 300 that has been tracked from Sturgis. Where they're getting up with this 266,000 cases, I don't know. Once again, it's another way to push us down, stop us from doing events. You know, when you're outside, Sturgis did really well. If you watch the videos, we have a highlight one coming today. You know, there's a few people out on the streets, but you know, the bars aren't that crowded. The stores aren't that crowded. So once again, we're going to flash those names up of those city officials. You know, give them a call. Looks like they're all numbers that are probably going to go to the courthouse. But I mean, give them a ring. Tell them what's going on. You can also go to the city of Daytona Beach, Florida, and you can go to their page, and it gives you their emails. If you want to just email them, you can click on that link, and it gives you the email to get a hold of them. You know, let them know that the 266,000 that they based this on, it's just some numbers that they've come up with, some model, that there's no real proof of this. And are the cases going crazy? No. We're in Arizona, New Mexico, all these other states, the numbers are actually going down. In Arizona, our numbers right now are at 4% for cases. That's the lowest it's been since March. So we're coming down, and we've already been back here. Well, we got back here last Friday. But I mean, other people got back here way before. We just talked to a gentleman last night, which will be on another video that we're going to be coming up here soon. He just came back from Sturgis. He's been back a couple weeks. And, you know, he feels fine. He's an older gentleman. You'll see him. He's a pretty neat guy to check out. And that'll be coming up in a following video that we're going to be talking about the future of the Laughlin River Run, which will be coming up in 2021. We're still planning on heading to Daytona for the Bike Fest. You know, we're going to be there. The good news that I wanted to tell you about, there's another town there. I'm probably going to butcher their name. It's called Ormond Beach. O-R-M-O-U-D. Maybe it's O-R-M-O-N-D. I think it's O-N-D. Beach. They voted to approve their permits, which are just less than 6 miles from Daytona. There is other cities that are welcoming us as bikers to come on in. And they're going to give us that parking on the streets and things like that. You know, this is just going to hurt Daytona a whole lot more because there's not going to be ample parking. You know, if you want to go out and check some of the bars out, check out some of the stuff that's going on in Daytona, you know, you're going to be really tough finding parking spots because you're going to be down there competing with the tourists that are in cars. Of course, they're always allowed to be there. And anything else that might be going on down there during that time, we're going to be having to fight with them to get into our parking spaces and things like that. So we got another report here. It came out of Fox 35. You know, no vendors. Their headline was, no outdoor vendors or concerts permitted during Bike Oktoberfest. So, you know, that tells you right there, you're not going to see any concerts or anything down in Daytona. You know, one of the other, you know, the mayor is Mayor Derek Henry and his commissioners. They're the ones that's, you know, decided to make this decision for their city. They're responding to the model of the 266,000 cases. You know, the Model 2 that was supposed to be 2 million people were supposed to die from the virus too. And now we find out that only 9,000 people actually died of the virus. So going through here, looking at all this, one of the businesses down there that was very upset about it is Froggy Saloon. You know, he said that this is 25% of his business a year is done by this event here in October. You know, so it's going to hurt his business quite a bit. And will we be able to find parking to get into Froggy's and some of the other venues down there? We don't know. You know, we'll be down there to report what's going on every day, to show you what it is. So you need to stay tuned. So in October to see. You know, we're still planning on going to, it hasn't been canceled yet, Arizona Bike Week. That's coming up I believe the second week of October. We'll be down there for Daytona Bike Week. And then we'll also be heading over to Panama City for their Bike Week. So, you know, we got a lot of things on the agenda here. We're still watching. If any of them get canceled, we'll be letting you know right here as quickly as possible of when that's happening and what's going on. So other than that, we're going to see you at those bike rallies. Hang in there. We can make it through this. As always, make sure you hit that subscribe button down there. Hit that bell for notifications. That way when you see something like this is coming up and I get it out here really quick, just like the one I did 2 days ago on the 266, you'll get a notification on your phone or on your computer to let you know, hey, I just set one up. Might be something you might want to check out. Also, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. That lets us know that you really do appreciate our videos, for putting them out. This is a lot of work. We're really enjoying what we're doing. We love getting the comments from you guys, you know, and gals out there, you know, telling us what you appreciate, what you like, what you don't like, what you like to see. You know, that's what this is all about. We're going to do everything we can next year to hit at every rally that we possibly can. And in January, we're going to be asking for you guys to give us those dates, give us those locations, and hopefully by the end of this year, this whole virus will be gone and we can move on and the country will get back to being America and riding free highways. So meanwhile, we'll see you on the next video.